Today we're going to do, or at least tonight because it is tonight, we're going to do some hand applique just to show you how I like anyways to sew these things on. So this is a block that's open in the middle. Quilt I'm working on. This here is called a Quattro. It's by Sue Daly Designs and it's really quite cute. It's made up of this petal called a Quattro petal. These are 4 pointed stars and that's a 1-inch square in the middle. And they're quite fun to make. So anyway, I'm going to be sticking it on here. I have removed all the papers and everything's been pressed inwards. Very important. So you put it on whatever it is that you're going to applique. So put it on your background. I like to use regular washable white glue. It's cheap, it works perfectly, it washes out. Very handy to have, and most households have it, so you're not having to buy something extra. You don't need a lot of glue, okay? You just need little dabs basically to hold it down so you don't have pins. So let's get the glue to come out. All right. Just make a couple little dots. There we go. All good. Very little glue. All right, give it a press. All right. Your regular thread. Mine happens to just be Gutermann normal polyester thread. I use that for most things. And your needle. Find needles that suit you. This here is an English paper piecing needle, or they're called milliner's needles. I tend to use them for everything because my hands are used to them. But there we go. So what you want to do, make your knot at the bottom. And I like to hide my knots in something. And because these all have folds, it's very easy to do. So find a fold, stick it through just so it comes out just off to the side here. Okay, pull it through. Your knot's nice and hidden. Nobody will ever find it. So, working here, this part here is still out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stitching to my corner because I started here. And I'm going to tuck this under as soon as I go around and just keep going. The basic stitch that you're going to use is very, very simple. It's a lot like a binding when you're doing binding. You just want to get as close to these edges as possible, and you can leave a little bit of room. Like, you don't need to have a gazillion stitches down here. So mine is coming out right here. So I'm going to go into my background exactly where that comes out, and I'll pop it up here at the corner. So down there, into my backing, pop it up in the corner like that, and pull through. Okay, first stitch done. Now we're going to tuck this little guy down. So I mean, just, you can use your needle, you can use your fingers, and you just want to get him if he wants to. Oh, there we go. Easier to use fingers sometimes. There we go. Make sure it looks the way you want it to. Get it comfortable in your hands where you're not squishing everything too much or moving things around too much. Go right in. Let's see if I can get this where you can see really well. Right in where it came out. Go down a little bit and go back into your applique shape. And that's it. And you just keep going like that. So here I'm doing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, this will be 5. So you don't have to do a ton of stitches. You just want to make sure it's nice and secured. And there's that done. And you can maybe hopefully see that. You can barely see the stitches. And the back just looks like that there. Just a row of stitches. And that's it. Very simple to do, quite quick to do. You can stick on your favorite show and have a whole pile of these ready. The glue does stick them rather well so that you don't have to worry about pins, and it stays that way for, well, I have some that's been appliqued on and just, well, glued on and not appliqued for at least 2 years, that eventually one day I will get back to that project. But it's ready to go for when I would like to do it. So there we go. It's just that simple. Tuck that little guy down and just keep on going. And when you end, if you're, you run out of thread and you want to end, because this here is going to be quilted onto something, no one's ever going to see this back. So just, bring your needle to the back and knot it off back here, and no one's going to know. Alrighty. And that's it. That's how you stick on your applique. Happy sewing!